Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube and the world, and welcome back to another amazing Kyle Minger Show video. Before I continue on, what are we doing for my today's video? If you guys are just new to the comic show, don't know exactly what I know to do. For a bit, are you glorious people who subscribe to the Kyle Minger Show? Exactly what I do. But for you glorious new people just hopping in, and it's like, oh, who's this guy? What does he do on YouTube? I'll tell you guys. So I just basically just do big reviews, such as when I go see some of those blockbuster movies in theaters. So basically, I go to my local Cineplex, and I love the reviews there, and I love sharing my experience. What I do love about movies out there on the big screen, and then other big reviews I like doing stuff on on Disney Plus, and then sometimes I like doing reviews for for Netflix, Prime Video, and etc. So if you guys want to see a lot more stuff like that, stay subscribed. But also, like other videos, I like doing, up to trailer reactions, to gaming videos, to unboxing videos, and theory videos, which I've done those a long little while. But stay tuned for the near future, because there's going to be a lot more coming along the way. So yeah, so like I said, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you guys get notified when I do upload onto my channel. So basically today, guys, I finally was able to finish all the episodes of Star Wars: The Skeleton Crew. Now, as much as I am much of a Star Wars fan, I wasn't too sure about watching this at first when it first came out. So that's because I was waiting for all the episodes to come out, and then once the final season final for the show came out, was it like a week or two ago or something? Ish, I think. No, it was last week. So and then I was like, okay, so I'm gonna watch all the videos this weekend. And then actually I watched all the episodes on Thursday night after I was done with work, and then I watched the last two episodes today for you guys, just so I can give you guys what the pointers and what I thought about the Skeleton Crew. I mean, fair enough, I wasn't really expecting to hear that Jude Law was going to be in the Star Wars universe. He's mostly been in everything. He was in Harry Potter because he played a young Albus Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beasts movies, which is actually pretty cool. And then he's been in other projects many years ago, where I can't remember which other movies. I can't remember him being in, but I thought he did a very amazing job playing the young Albus Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beasts films. I thought he was kind of cool doing that. I'm not sure if he was in he was in Marvel, because he was in Captain Marvel, the first movie, because he played that one dude. I can't remember what his name was, but yeah, he's been in Harry Potter, he's been in Marvel, and now Star Wars. So yeah, this guy has been everywhere in all the franchises of the movies out there. But either way, the Skeleton Crew, when I first started watching the first 3 episodes, I was getting very intrigued about the story and the arc of what was going on, and so as soon as it hit me, I was like, oh. So basically, for this entire series of the Skeleton Crew, it reminds me a lot like Treasure Island and Treasure Planet, because the main pirate, the main character Jude Law plays, the real name is John Silver, but he goes by other names. And as soon as I heard John Silver, I was like, ha! I was right. Treasure Island or Treasure Planet. So they brought the Treasure Island vibe to Star Wars, but instead of being Treasure Island and Treasure Planet, because Treasure Planet is a animated sci-fi movie inspired by Treasure Island, but they did it in space and sci-fi, so they did it They did it more further with more theatrical and CGI kind of view with live action. So I was like, okay, so they're doing this with Star Wars. And actually, it was quite an interesting mix to the part of how they did it for this entire all 8 episodes of the Skeleton Crew. So basically in the Skeleton Crew, 4 kids on this planet called Adam. This basically the one. I think his name is Will or Willem. Basically, he finds some sort of structured door in this little cavern, and then he finds out that all he thinks is a giant temple, but it ends up being a freaking star cruiser or star flagship or whatever, and it ends up being a pirate ship, and then he goes with him. These 2 girls, her name is Fern, BD, And yeah, so it was quite an interesting, different way how to talk about Star Wars and with new faces and a new plot, how they escalated with the whole series, and actually kind of like how they did it. And it's not like. It's not like the actual stories of Treasure Island where you gotta follow a map that leads to the big treasure or Treasure Planet. They use this orb to find the treasure planet. So it was a lot more different and expected with this one because with the planet being camouflaged by these big with this big storm controlled by these weathered electrical orb things for the surface of the atmosphere of the planet. So that's because a lot of basically the New Republic and the Empire couldn't find the planet because it was hidden from existence because apparently there's other planets like that, and it has a big treasure trove of riches, credits in the center of the centroid of the mechanism of the planet. Yes, I said that line because they said it in Treasure Planet. Well, they didn't say that in the show though. But frankly enough, they didn't. But either way, it was an interesting concept. It was pretty cool how these kids weren't really friends, and then during the episodes, they slowly progressed to trust each other. They basically they have some differences between each other, and then they work them out, and then they become friends with this the pirate droid. It ends up being called SN-33, which I actually kind of like the robot. I don't know what kind of droid he is though. I To me he kind of looks like the same model version for what's that robot in Rogue One? He kind of looks like that a little bit, but way different. I can't remember what that droid was called. It's on the tip of my tongue, but you guys probably can mention it in the comments. But either way, through the entire series, they figured out that the ship is actually a pirate ship, and then they end up going to a pirate spaceport, which she didn't know what she didn't know what it was until 33 told him what it was because he said, "I was like, oh, I'm a droid pirate. If you guys want to be here because you guys want to blah 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 blah." Then shenanigans happen, and then the pirate spaceport find out that these kids are not really pirates, and then they find out that the planet they're from is make believe. It's not really make believe. It's not part of a legend. And they find out it's actually a real place. So everyone's trying to find this planet. It's trying to find this planet where the kids are from, and they end up bumping into John Silver, aka Jude Law's character. He's run by different names by Crimson Jack. There was this other name named he got called named by something by one bounty hunter lady from this spa hotel on this one planet. But either way, I won't explain a lot of the details in each episode, but the entire show was good. I did like how they ran the story of with Treasure Planet and Treasure Island and all that, and ran it through Star Wars. It was kind of a cool, more interesting feel towards it, and it actually makes good sense with it, and I actually kind of liked it. And then when they went to this one vault thing on this planet where they were trying to find information where the coordinates to find their home world, there was this big treasury room where SN-33 and everyone were trying to find this hologram thing so they could see the actual pirate dude who actually owned the ship that they were on, and they were able to get the coordinates towards the planet was. And the kid, Wim or Will or whatever his name was, he finds a lightsaber inside the vault, and I was like, oh my god, it's a lightsaber. And I think by looking at it, I think it has the electrum metal on the hilt, and it's somewhat a little bit of the body of the lightsaber. I could be wrong. It could be something else. I'm not sure, but it kind of does look like it, but I'm probably not for certain. But it is a lightsaber, but I don't know whose lightsaber is it though. We don't know. It could be somebody we don't know. It could be Mace Windu. It didn't really look like Mace Windu's though, because it wasn't purple. It was blue, so it could have been somebody else's. don't know who's exactly whose Jedi Master's lightsaber it was, but it could be explained in a future video on someone's channel. Maybe somebody can break it down and figure out whose lightsaber it was. But I'm not gonna do it. That's not what I'm here to do for you guys. I'm here to do a review. But either way, I thought that was kind of cool. And then after that, um, basically John Silver was able to deceive all the kids, thinking that he's somebody else. He'd be able to go with them to find their planet, so he can get the riches. But eventually, at a lot in episode 7 to 8, he was able to go to the planet where they were at. He was able to bring his pirate friends. They were able to raid the planet, but they were able to get the treasure in time because the kids thought of a plan to call the New Republic. So they sent not TIE fighters, the X-wings to the planet, and they were able to save the families and everyone on the planet from being hurt from the pirates. So it was kind of an interesting way how they explained everything in the show, and I kind of liked how they did it. And I would have loved to see one more episode, like maybe episode 9 after the aftermath. There's only a total of 8 episodes. I wish at least there was like one more, like after the pirates are like taken care of. The new a lot of the New Republic ships showed up, which actually did show at the very end of the episode. That showed that Republic cruiser, that Princess Leia was on when they were retreating away from Coruscant, not Coruscant, but from the Rogue One movie after they got the plans. That one Republican ship that looks like with the square thrusters, and it has like a little long snout or something like that. Yeah, that ship. I can't remember what that ship is called again. It's just been a while with my Star Wars lore. I remember reading all the books when I was younger. I can't remember what it was called specifically. But either way, I would have loved if there was one more episode 9. Maybe it could be called something like, I don't know, basically like scene after the aftermath. Wim's dad, and maybe either Wim's dad or the counselor lady that ends up being Fern's mother. Either her or Wim's dad either becomes the new supervisor or leader of the planet, and they take over instead of the robots, because apparently there was these sentient robots that were looking after the people. So maybe one of those two people, either his dad or her mother, takes control and leadership of the city and the planet. And maybe the New Republic is like, hey, would you want to be a leader for the planet and keep things hidden from everyone else, and everyone else around the planet doesn't know you guys have riches down below on the planet with all these vaults of thousands and millions of freaking credits being stored in. Apparently, I heard there was a couple. I remember in episode 8 when John was talking to the one droid about like how many votes are on this planet. Apparently, this droid said how many votes he said it was scattered throughout the planet. I think he said at least several. So I don't know how many, several at least. I think there's at least many volts in the center of the planet where it carries a whole bunch of Old Republic credits or New Republic credits or whatever they are. But yeah, I thought it was a really interesting show. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of action. There was a lot of suspense. The creativity was right there. And I love the adventure between the kids and finding out the secrets of the galaxy. And then they find out. And I forgot to mention, this takes place like 5 years prior after the Return of the Jedi. So I think it's taking place during The Mandalorian, because the Mandalorian takes place 2 or 3 years later after the Return of the Jedi. So I think this is taking place during The Mandalorian, because I think The Mandalorian season 3 or 4 or season 4 takes place a year or two later, and I think it's around that same time period between this show. I think I could be wrong. I think I could be right. It's been a while since I've watched The Mandalorian. I think the last season was actually during 5 years, like 5 years after the Return of the Jedi. So I think I could be right on the last season of The Mandalorian. So I think this is taking place during the last season of The Mandalorian, I believe, or maybe Ahsoka. I think Ahsoka too, actually, maybe. But either way, that's probably where the timeline is in this show. But either way, the entire show was great. I enjoyed it, but I just wish there was one more episode, just the time of everything, and the New Republic shows up, helps rebuild everything and clean up the city. And well, I don't think that's ever gonna happen, but you know, it's just gonna be another season. I would love to see another season. But this highly doubtful if this show is gonna get like a lot of hype, a lot of ratings for Disney. So who knows for certain. But either way, for the big rating, I think I'm hoping it's gonna give you a spot on. I'll give it a 4.4 out of 5. I mean, the show wasn't terrible. It wasn't really it wasn't great, but I think it was just quite enjoyable. And the suspense and the frill and some thrilling points in the show was pretty awesome. So I think that's pretty. I think that's a pretty good sustainable rating for the Skeleton Crew. So if you guys want to go check it out, all the episodes are now on Disney Plus. And I totally recommend you guys are into this kind of thing with with Treasure Island, Treasure Planet vibe. This is a show for you. I did really like it, and I did like how pretty badass Jude Law was, and it was just it was very good. I liked it. So go check it out right now, and let me guys know what you thought down in the comments down below. So I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out.